no matter the anger, the outrage, the emotions, the sentiments that all of you have, it is only the court that can declare Odogwu Asaba guilty or not guilty. Whether it is guilty of rape, whether it is guilty of assault, aggravated assault, whether it is guilty of culpable homicide, it is only the law court that can declare him guilty or not guilty. You see, when it comes to the matter of the courts, emotions does not matter, or emotions do not matter. Sentiments do not matter. How angry you are, they do not matter. What matters is what the prosecution, in this case, the Nigerian police, is what they can prove. It's what they can prove. You know, I see a lot of videos going around, a lot of sentiments. Some feel some guys are trying to defend the Odogwu Asaba because he's also a man. Some are trying to advise the girl, and some other persons are misinterpreting it as blaming the deceased. In all of this, the only thing you and I can pick from this whole alleged rape and alleged suicide, what you and I can pick are lessons so that these kind of ugly incidents do not repeat themselves. Lessons. And I'm careful here so that I don't come across as defending Odogwu Asaba because I'm a man is a man. No, nobody can come out on social media to defend rape. Nobody. It is bad, it is condemnable, and we condemn it. There is no justification for it. Whether the girl is the one that took herself, left her place in Warri, entered motor to go and meet the guy in Asaba, whether, the guy now invited her to the hotel room and she herself used her mouth to say, she walked into the hotel room with her own 2 legs, whether she got into the room and she admitted that she is the one that pulled her clothes by herself. You see, that does not justify rape. It doesn't. It is condemnable and it is condemnable. But you see the problem. All of that, na court go decide them. Not be you, not be me. The prosecution have a lot of work to do to prove the case of... There are 3 cases that they may have to prove now from what we have seen being reported or circulating on social media. 3 things. There's a charge of rape, there's a charge of assault, and there's a charge of culpable homicide. You see, these 3 different offenses, they carry different level or degree of proof. It is what the prosecution can prove that will determine what the court will decide. It is only the court that can decide that, however pained we are. And that is why I say, when things like this happen, it is lessons that we can pick that we should focus on. But unfortunately, because of emotions, we always like to pass judgment. No. Lessons. Number 1, there is this dark, unwritten curriculum amongst men. It's an unwritten curriculum that there is something you achieve when you disvirgin a girl. Unwritten, but it is there. It is very strong in secondary schools. It is very strong in universities. It is strong in the society. Very strong. In fact, some people make cults out of this. The whole idea of body count started with this. And that is what we must begin to disabuse. The girl in her farewell video, okay, the deceased, in her farewell video said that after Odogwu Asaba, according to her, penetrated her and her hymen busted, that Odogwu Asaba first of all started begging, but later now said that he was very happy that he had never disvirgined a girl before. You see that? That he has never disvirgined a girl before. This Odogwu Asaba is married though. So you see the grievous nature of this allegation according to that farewell video. Which means that, or can we infer from that statement, if what that the deceased said is true, and it is confirmed that Odogwu Asaba really actually said that, does it mean that Odogwu Asaba did not marry his wife as a virgin? And if it is indeed true that he did not marry his wife as a virgin, does that now justify the feeling that there is something he must get that he has not gotten because he did not disvirgin a girl? This is a lesson and a message at the same time to all our young men. Getting virgins these days is very scarce. Rapists are disvirgining a lot of girls, and those girls will end up marrying somebody else someday. If that somebody else has not disvirgined somebody before, then the person will now be feeling like he has lost something. Parents, teachers, pastors, imams, thought leaders, we need to start teaching our young men that there is nothing, that feeling that they are told is a lie. That way we can start the journey to curbing this whole incident of rape. Another unwritten curriculum is that the more girls you knack, the more satisfaction you get. It's both ways though. So, but men are said to be hunters. They like to conquer. That assumption now gives the impetus to some men. They want to sleep with as many girls as they can. We need to disabuse this. These are the things that lead to rape. Rape is bad. We must also understand that a girl entered the hotel room with you, that the girl even took her clothes off, that the girl gave you initial consent. If at any point she decides that she is not doing again, no means no, you got to stop. All this unwritten curriculum that a woman, when a woman says no, she means yes, it is a lie. No means no. We need to start punching these messages into our children, our sons, our brothers, our nephews. We need to start punching it. If Odogwu had these punched in, we won't be talking what we're talking now. Then, on the part of the girl, the deceased, there are lessons that we must learn. This is not to blame her before you now take this out of context. This is for the living to learn a lesson before they become victims. There's a video of the girl proudly saying to the world on the internet that she is a virgin. Who does that? If you are a young lady, hear this and hear me well. Never, for any reason, tell anybody, whether your best friend or your worst enemy, never tell them that you are a virgin. In fact, it is better to stay quiet or to even lie that you are not. You know why? When you come out openly to tell men that you are a virgin, this unwritten curriculum, this instinct kicks in. They want to be the one to disvirgin you, because somehow they feel that once you disvirgin a girl, you have power over that girl for life. And they add you to their body count. So never make that statement in public. Another lesson. Tell this to your daughters. Tell this to your sisters. Tell this to your nieces. Don't go to meet a guy anywhere, particularly people that you meet on social media. Don't. Please. Don't. These are lessons that we need to learn so that our society can be better. And it is up to us as parents, as guardians, to drive these messages into our children, whether male or female. But as to who is guilty, I'll mention it again. Only the court of law can determine that. It doesn't matter how angry you are with Odogwu Asaba or how angry you are with the deceased. Because some people are now trying to say, are you sure these things are even real? Why is the family asking for 7 million? What is this? What is that? We will do an analysis video on this matter to look at the sequence of events, the timelines, to identify what is what. For the sake of analysis, not to apportion blame. We'll do that in a separate video. But this one is for us to know that the emotion, a waste of time. At the end of the day, ultimately, the person to blame, na Tinubu. The policies of Tinubu is to blame for this. I will tell you why, if you ask me how.